can't stop the rain when it starts to pour.
Brazil. Here I stand, a grown-ass man, all by myself, a grown-ass man. A young nigga with some grown-ass plans, but don't point fingers, you don't know that man. You don't know it's hard, you don't know it's pain. You ain't looking through that scope, you don't know it's aim. Minus all the videos, stickers and flyers, most of these
If you'd like to help, then help. I can't do that.
It's a crime to lie to a police officer. You do understand that, Nicole?
We in too deep. Talk! I'm in a bit of a
What's
situation.
going on, YouTube? We back in the Low Key Cave, Keyshawn Knobs YouTube page, aka Mr. Low Key, and we back with another TV show review, and we got BMF Season 1, Episode 7, All in the Family review. Like I said, and of course, we got this, Lamar. Before I even start this review, let me know in the comment section, is Lamar one of TV's best villains you have seen on TV? I feel like Lamar's, that scene, you can't stop the rain, you can't stop the rain when it starts to pour. He is like STARZ, Power, as far as the Power universe, 50 Cent, what they've done over there as far as creating these characters or so on or whatnot, and now getting a character like Lamar and BMF, that scene is going to be classic. That scene, you're going to go back and watch that scene from years now on and on and on, going back to seeing classic villains. You got TV shows out here, like I said, like Sopranos, you got The Wire, the whole thing with the trench coat and the do-rag we was talking about last week with Omar references, R.I.P. to the great Michael K. Williams, man. But my man playing Lamar, he doing his thing, man. I can't remember his name right off the gate, the actor playing Lamar, but you already know the guy playing Lamar, yo, bro, is doing his thing, man. A classic scene, You Can't Stop the Rain. I feel like they could have called that episode You Can't Stop the Rain, that we good to go. But as far as this episode, episode 7, All in the Family, going into this episode, you pretty much have Terry and Meech dealing with everything that comes with what they done as far as the whole Lamar situation, because when you kidnap somebody's daughter, what do you expect to happen afterwards? Because, like I said, we got to remember who Lamar is. The dude ain't up here. Like, he's out of here as far as his head. He even told Meech on the phone, like, bro, do what you gonna do. When he told him he got his daughter, he was ready to, like, throw her to the wolves. That's what old buddy told him that he killed when he was singing the song. He was like, nigga, they had your daughter. What the fuck did you expect me to do? This nigga Lamar is on a different level as far as mind and as far as doing what he's planning on doing. But as far as Meech and Terry, like I said, they have brought their family into the crosshairs of things they're dealing with as far as the streets, pertaining to their little sister and the incident that happened with Lamar killing like her her friend or boyfriend or whatnot. This is a child. Like, he stabbed the child. He ain't shoot him. He ain't make it quick. Like, he stabbed him multiple times. So you are dealing with all of this coming down on Meech and Terry. How everybody is looking at them, specifically their parents. Not only that, you got the situation with the little boy that got killed by Lamar, his family. So you got Terry, you got Meech basically like, yo, we'll pay for the funeral, we'll do all this. And Terry like Meech, like, yo, bro, this good little boy just got killed in front of our little sister. Like, Meech is still, like, it's showing you they mind frame. Not saying that Meech doesn't care about his family or his sister or whatever's going on, but you just know Meech is still thinking about with the business. He's still, no matter what happens, no matter what's going on around them, he still got his mind on what's going on with the business and moving forward. On the other end, where you got Terry saying, yo, the consciousness comes in. And I feel like Meech got a conscience, but he's on another level as far as just dealing with everything. He's not going to sit around and be crying or be on some type of, like, moaning or grieving over certain situations. He's going to keep it moving. Terry on the other end, where he's like, yo, and you looking at it from both angles, but Terry like, yo, our little sister almost got snatched. This is what he's telling Meech. Like, our sister almost got snatched. You talking about business and this and the third? Who give a fuck about that right now? And that's being real. And you got to really think about the mind frames of these guys, of these boys. Like, these are still young men. These are still kids at the place they're in. As far as where they at right now, as far as Terry and Meech, they still kids at this point. Terry is right now still in school trying to get something done, as far as maybe college or something. Where you have Meech is basically done as far as school. But this whole situation is a lot as far as dealing with the fact that their sister did almost get snatched, but not on the same end where you had Meech doing what he did with Lamar's supposed daughter or whatnot. We still don't know what's up with that. Like, is that Lamar's daughter? Is that Lamar's daughter? I will say, Cash Doll, as far as her acting, she did do her thing in this episode. Once again, I feel like Little Meech is doing this thing. I'm going to say it again. Wood Harris, we missing Pat. Wood Harris, a phenomenal actor. I'm like, where my man Pat at? Steve Harris. Yo, I think I done seen Steve Harris in multiple movies, man. But one of the things I probably seen him in the most, of course, the Tyler Perry movie. The one, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Man, phenomenal actor, Steve Harris. Playing this cop, man. Everything he going through as far as not trying to be caught up, and as far as knowing that he's been dealing with Meech. I had almost forgot that his partner seen that he did what he did with Meech or whatnot. So going into this episode, and basically them trying to keep him at the standstill, because I'm pretty sure his partner done told they captain what's going on and what he's seen or whatnot. So going into this episode, you pretty much got them questioning their little sister, Meech and Terry's little sister, about the incident that happened. So is she going to be forward with everything that's going on, or is she not going to tell them everything? Like I said, this is going to be a spoiler-free review. I'm not going to spoil anything or whatnot. But you have a situation where they question us, so we do not know if she's going to let them know what's really going on, as far as she has seen him before. Because remind you, she seen him in the mall when she was with Terry, as far as Lamar and whatnot. So this was her second time seeing him when he tried to take her with him. When Lamar jumped out the car talking about, yo, something going on with your brother, come with me. But anyway, you have that situation too. Not only that, we still dealing with BIGMEECH and Kato too. And in this episode, certain things do come out to play. I'm not going to say what happens or whatnot, but it's a lot that comes into play this episode. And it's like, what are we going to do? I'm telling you, it's a lot. The situation and the relationship between Meech and the cop, as far as Steve Harris cop. I don't want to say the wrong name. I'm just calling him the detective, though. That comes into play, too. It's a lot of things that's still going on. I ain't going to say it's a twist, but it's something major that happens in this episode that really is going to turn the playing field for Meech and Terry. And you can almost see why the whole situation with them, maybe as far as going into the second season, is this going to lead them getting out of Detroit? Speaking of Detroit, Detroit plays another major role in this episode. They even show the whole fist, the fist that's in Detroit. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll know this in this episode. But Detroit plays another major role in here. They making sure Detroit is a character as far as BMF. Another thing going into this episode, man, it's some good, shout out to 50 Cent. 50 Cent did direct this episode. If you looking for the Eminem, everybody done heard about it. Everybody know Eminem supposed to be playing White Boy Rick in this episode. This is the episode that Eminem shows up in. Like I said, I don't feel like it's a spoiler or nothing. That's already been announced. 50 Cent been talking about it because he did direct this episode. Don't be looking for too much. That's all I'm saying. Don't be looking for too much. It's not going to take you at the episode. I actually enjoyed the little cameo that they had in here with him in it. And I'm going to say it again. It's a little cameo. Yo. It's just the point. You can almost tell that 50 was like, bro, Eminem, come on, man. This right here. Eminem was like, all right. But I'm going to tell you, when you watch the episode, you understand what I'm saying. But you can tell Eminem was pretty much like, all right, I'm going to do it, but this what I'm doing. You gonna know what I'm talking about, man. But overall, though, I really like the direction 50 Cent went with this episode. This ain't no big action-packed episode. It's a scene. Hey, it's a scene in here where it's like, yo, I really was enjoying it. It's an intense scene too, because you don't know what's gonna happen. Because I was expecting this nigga to jump out somewhere, but it didn't happen, and you gonna know what I'm talking about. But it is a good action sequence in this episode. The whole thing, like I said, as far as Meech and Terry, it really dives into what are the consequences, but behind the actions they have taken between getting certain things done, as far as either get back or their whole thing between dealing drugs in the streets and the situation they put their family in. So it's a scene in here where their mother is confronted, and I'm not gonna say by who or what's going on, but they not only their mother but their family is confronted in a situation, and it's like you really have to look in the mirror at your situation and what's going on. This series, I'm gonna keep saying it, this series is not showing or glorifying Meech and Terry as drug dealers. It's showing you repercussions. It's showing you what's going to come behind what you're doing in the streets, what can happen, trust, loyalty, and all that. Not only that, when you doing certain things in the streets, when you are part of the streets, the way Terry and Meech are part of the streets, it's showing you the blowback that can happen when you involved, when your family don't got nothing to do with your business. It ain't got nothing to do with what you're doing in the streets. But just because you have rivals, ops, which I like to call them these days, other competition that can blow back on your family that don't have nothing to do with the streets. And that's what happened with the situation with their little sister and somebody who was with their little sister who had nothing to do with their family, who wasn't even a part of their family, who wasn't even their family, who ended up being killed. Not only that, it's the fact that they dealing with somebody who does not have any type of thinking mentality as far as remorse. He doesn't care about nobody. He didn't even care about the situation that happened, that was going to supposedly happen with his daughter, as far as Lamar. I keep reminding you, Lamar not broke out, but he got released from a crazy house. Like, he was in a mental institution or whatnot. So they show a lot, and not just this episode, but they keep showing you the repercussions that come behind everything that Meech and Terry are doing. That the blowback that comes back on not just them but their family, and the things they family have to go through when they not even a part of the situation. Not only that, Terry being a father, and him and you having their father breaking down certain situations, because this series, I ain't gonna front, this series try to make their daddy kind of look like a bad guy, but he be making sense, and he be saying common sense shit like, bruh. But you do be looking at it like, man, stop complaining, let them pay the bills, let them do this and that. And he be saying this in the third, but in reality, he being real about situations. One thing I will say though, they daddy, he do show favor. If I feel like he's showing favoritism as far as Terry, and I feel like they doing it though because Terry is younger brother. On the other end though, the mother, you always, and I'm gonna keep saying this, the love as far as a mother and their sons, you ain't gonna break that. A mother gonna always love their sons the same way a father for their daughters. That's baby girl. You never gonna have a dynamic or a situation where it's gonna be like, nah, the mama is not going to be on the side of her sons, just like the father's not going to be on the side of their daughter. So in this situation and everything that's going on between Meech and Terry, it's like, what are you going to do as far as what you have done, bringing the situation down, as far as all the stuff that's going on with Lamar, and now you bringing it into your house where your family don't got nothing to do with it. Not only that, I must keep saying it, man, as far as Meech and Terry are smart. They very smart. But on the other end, as far as Meech is just a person who's thinking about the business. He cares about his family. Don't get it twisted. He cares so much about his family that he's trying to do what he do, as far as having a justifiable reason for what he's doing, as far as saying, yo, I'm doing this to take care of my family so my family don't have to worry about get kicked out of their house, worry about working for other people, or worry about living in poverty. Especially as far as Detroit go, you know, Detroit always had this history as far as being one of the cities where you don't want to visit or whatnot. And I'm not saying personally, I'm talking about as far as hearing about people or people from Detroit, or seeing as far as the history of Detroit, or as far as being one of the most dangerous cities or whatnot. So that's why I keep saying I love how they making Detroit a character as far as this whole series BMF, as far as Terry and Meech, you know, them coming out of Detroit, this being their first city or whatnot, and that's why I feel like this is going to be leading into them leaving Detroit possibly, because of everything that's going on. Because you see so much is being built around them as far as bringing all this street stuff into their family or whatnot. Back to Lamar. My man, hey, he is on whole nother mission as far as getting Meech and Terry. And it feels like he wants Meech, and he wants to make Meech suffer. He don't even want to directly, I feel like he don't even want to directly kill Meech. He want to make Meech suffer. And I want y'all to let me know in the comment section, because I keep hearing about, is Lamar a real character from the whole BMF history as far as they real stories? I don't know if his name was directly Lamar, but did they have to deal with somebody like this as far as in Detroit in their early days, as far as them being doing what they was doing? As far as, let me know in the comment section, because I've been hearing that this guy's a real person. I don't know if he went to these certain routes or whatnot, but I'm hearing that he is a real person or whatnot. I don't even know if his name was really Lamar. I even hear he was a light-skinned dude or something. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comment section if you do have that history on BMF. But overall, though, as far as Lamar, he goes to another level again in this episode. And I'm not going to say what he does, but it ain't as bad as what he did the last episode, but he takes it to another level as far as showing you his mind frame, is how crazy he is and how in control he has to be of every situation. Not only in the streets, but with his family. Every situation, Lamar has to be in control, and that's how nutshell this nigga is, bro. Cash Doll does something in this episode too. It's like, why did you even do that if you was gonna know how? She does something in this episode, and you gonna know what I'm talking about. It's I don't mean to keep saying Cash Doll, but it's the character she's playing as far as Monique. I'm gonna say Monique. She just does something in this episode, and it's like, why did you even put yourself in this predicament in the first place? And you was gonna do this? Like, why? And I feel like it might be even some blowback coming back to her again. I don't know. But you're going to know what I'm talking about in this episode. Like I said, it's spoiler free. Overall, though, this is another good episode. 50 Cent, I feel like he almost took another route with this episode and dived deeper as far as into the not into the action sequences, but more into the exchanges as far as people talking to each other or whatnot. As far as people having dialogue with each other, I really enjoyed the dialogue people had with each other in this episode. I feel like the acting was good again on Little Meech's part. Anybody that's watching this series, this is Little Meech's first acting debut. Not only that, he playing his father. He's doing a phenomenal job in my opinion. Shout out to Little Meech playing Big Meech. Since episode 1, I have not seen Little Meech. I don't be saying, yo, that's Little Meech playing Big Meech. I see Big Meech and I see Terry. Shout out to my man playing Terry. And once again, shout out to what they doing as far as the whole thing with his eye. I feel like they doing a phenomenal job with what they doing with his eye also. Other than that though, man, once again, I feel like this is another good episode. I really enjoyed this episode. I want y'all to let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about this episode. Snoop Dogg as the preacher in this episode, man. He doing his thing. I feel like besides him being this shady preacher and who he is, he kind of was, doing his thing as far as acting. Once again, I feel like Snoop Dogg is doing a good job acting. I didn't know what to expect from Snoop Dogg and BMF. I feel like when they first showed the trailers, I was like, is this going to be kind of silly role for him or whatnot? But I honestly enjoy his acting in this series. Overall, I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. I don't want to spoil anything either. This is another good episode. I ain't even gonna say it. As far as this episode, because if I'm not mistaken, this episode wasn't even supposed to come out this week. It was supposed to come out next week. Hey, I don't know, but shout out to whoever put it out. I was ready to see this, and I'm glad I got to check it out. So are they gonna skip next week's episode, or are they gonna replay this episode? I don't know. But anyway, I love this episode. I mean, well, I ain't saying I love this episode like it's one of the best episodes, but I enjoyed this episode. I feel like with BMF as far as the series, did it lead up to, was it as good as what was as far as my expectations? No. I felt like I thought it was going to be more of in the angle of The Wire. As far as storytelling, I thought they was going to go more realistic, deeper, but I'm not saying it's not realistic, but I feel like it's more on the angle of what they are doing with STARZ as far as Power, universe or whatnot. Not that I can compare it to Power, because I feel like it's completely different from Power, but I do feel like it's in that kind of realm of STARZ Power as far as the look of it and as far as the storytelling. On that end, I still enjoy it. I love it for what it is. I'm still enjoying it for what it is. I can say, though, I enjoyed Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. To me, Power Book 3, Raising Kanan is still one of my favorite series out of the Power universe. And even with this series, I enjoy that series a little bit more. But this is only the first season. Just like Power Book 3, that's the first season. I might not enjoy season 2 as much as I enjoyed season 1 of that. Just like with this, I might enjoy season 2 more than I enjoyed season 1 of this. Overall, though, I enjoyed this episode. The whole Eminem White Boy Rick cameo. Y'all look out for that. Y'all better look out for it because it's going to be quick. I'm telling you, y'all better look out for that. Overall, though, I think this was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. Y'all let me know in the comment section, how did y'all feel about episode 7, All in the Business, BMF season 1? Is the season, is the show, is it living up to what your expectations? Are y'all enjoying it? Like I said, Little Meech playing Big Meech, I'm really enjoying that. Y'all let me know in the comment section. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. This is the road to 400 subs. Don't forget to hit that notification bell to let you know when I upload new videos, man. We out.
I'm in a bit of a situation right now.
I'm not giving you an extension. Detective Lopez told me you were hiding something. If you're dirty, I'm gonna wash you out to dry.
See me smile at the actual situation. And because they can sense that I'm not afraid of it, yeah, it's only because of my experience prior to. That they don't